Greetings everyone, this is Quantum, and today is a sad day. Sad day. NCSoft is shutting down Carbine Studios, and therefore, my beloved Wildstar. As I'm sure the trolls of the world will be like, see, I told you, dead game, blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Yeah, you finally got what you wanted. You waited over 3.5 years, so congrats, whatever. In reality, everyone should mourn the loss of an MMO, which for me is a bit soul-crushing since my dream of making an MMO based off my books is just that much less likely to happen. Anyway, no one can deny Wildstar to be a top-notch MMORPG. Yes, it has failings, but in the end, the game was good. Not a doubt about it. But before I go into the pros and cons of Wildstar, I do want to personally thank any and all Carbine Studio employees who may be seeing this. I've spent hundreds of hours, maybe even thousands, enjoying this game. I've made tons of friends, and it's just been a really great experience. Really, thank you for developing such a fun game with interesting mechanics and especially interesting classes. Like, whoever made the medic, you are a freaking amazing person. This is the only game I've ever played that has a real mid-range class with medium armor, and it's just really fun. So thank you. So I'm gonna start out by going over the top 3 things that Wildstar did really well, and then follow it up with the 3 things that they did really not so great. First and foremost, Wildstar had, and still actually has, the best housing. I mean, damn. It has been over 4 years and nothing is even comparable. You could probably sell a game that is just the housing component. It is that good. Out of all the videos that I have on my channel, the #1 viewed is that AT-AT house. I mean, it's really cool. You should go check it out. Second, raids. Each fight was unique in its own way, and this is the only game I've ever played where rooms like Volatility Lattice were really neat. You felt like this was really interesting encounter, not just hey, I gotta move these things here, move this stuff here. You could just die. You could just fall in the hole and die like a scrub. Also, I'm gonna add that I'm keeping all my raid videos up on this channel since, they're really great. And they will act as a beautiful archive on how great the raids really were. Third was the awesome free-to-play system. Absolutely fair whether you paid or not. Wildstar didn't comp out and go pay to win in its final months for that final cash grab. So, really, I thought it was handled exceptionally well. Right, so obviously Wildstar did some stuff that wasn't too good. To me, the #1 issue wasn't actually anything with the game specifically. It was more to do with their inability to adapt quickly. It was very much a case of too little, too late. I remember the glory days of beta and release, my computer would choke in a capital city. That was partly due to optimization of the game, which is a whole nother bucket of worms. But true story, there were tons of people. But this leads to point number 2. This game wasn't made for the largest possible audience. No, instead it was made for hardcore gamers. And if it had come out years earlier, that may have been fine. The vast majority of players nowadays are just filthy casuals. Number 3 is a bit of toss-up of all these minor things, so I'm just gonna kind of list them all and say this is number 3. Gated raids with ridiculously long and painful quest chains. Ruin systems that required mods, forums, and research to understand. Sorta crummy initial release. Sorta crummy free-to-play release. Lack of marketing. And of course, terrible engine optimization. So for anyone looking to make an MMORPG, or whatever, if you can do the good that's on my list, and avoid the bad, well, you're on the right path. Now let's wrap up the video. So Wildstar servers are closing, and with that, some of the players are coming back for a final hurrah. One of those are my buddies, the War Pigs. It looks like we may be doing some stuff for, old time's sakes, and honestly, you should too. Celebrate the final days of Wildstar. Remember it for what it was, and take lots of screenshots, and check out all the killer houses. Hit me up in game, my name's Quantum7. Anyway, as this will very likely be the last Wildstar video I make, I want to toss out my contact info if you want to stay in touch. If not, whatever, see if I care. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. Comments, as always, can go below me. As I'm sure I won't be seeing you in Nexus, I wish you a big farewell.